Howdy! I'll keep the glasses on so I can see easier, despite the fact that they produce a bit of a glare. And although I had originally intended a lot of these videos to deal with evolution issues, now that I've got the Evolution Hour and other venues where I can discuss those sorts of things, some of the political and social issues pop up just as readily. And the gift that keeps on giving, Dinesh D'Souza just couldn't resist tweeting today about a study which proves or suggests that there was millions of illegal aliens voting in the 2008 election. Oh, this one was a really fun one because he was relying on one, Fox News, which was relying on two, the Washington Times, which was unreferenced and had no links, but it turned out it was relying on three, this secondary source that was making these claims based on four, a report that was done a few years earlier at a particular university based on five, a data set that was delivered by another set of university sources. The only problem is the number 5 group pointed out that the secondary group had got their facts wrong and had therefore jumped off of the bridge, and therefore the source here and the gang at Washington Times and therefore the people at Fox News were unaware of the fact that the information that they were relying on wasn't actually true. I'll put all the links up to all that stuff, but it's showing once again how addicted Dinesh D'Souza is to secondary sources. This guy doesn't seem to know how to do the mouse click thing. And it only took me a short while to track down what this incident was and to find out what the skivvy was. And I'm not the only one that's managed to do all of this. PolitiFact did a really nice little autopsy of it as well. I also discovered that there were additional reports that were done on here. Ironically, the middle one in this thing, this fact guy, he is mainly interested in a lot of culture camp issues and climate change stuff. And it turns out buried in his little website was one lonely little reference to the intelligent design movement and the Discovery Institute. So about the scientists that had signed a descent from Darwin, and that therefore this was relevant to the scientists who are skeptical of climate change. There's a huge posting at this guy's website that runs on for like 170 pages. It's massive. And I'll be processing that for hashtag tip too, because he comes on my scope because I keep track of all the anti-evolutionists and how they deal with source material. But back to Dinesh D'Souza. I'll stick in a link to about the weirdness that he had, D'Souza had done on climate change and the Spanish Inquisition to remind you that if you look close at Dinesh D'Souza's source base, you discover that he is not playing fair with the data, not because he's directly misrepresenting it all the time, but because he's too far away from the data to know that his secondary sources don't know what they're talking about. Oh, wow. What a pundit you are, Dinesh. You are the gift that keeps on giving. Bye.